Okay guys, so I've talked a lot about my trip that's coming up, my trip to the Philippines to visit family, and I thought, what a fantastic opportunity for me to share the wealth of my makeup palette collection. So I've watched a lot of these decluttering videos and I'm really convicted about my makeup hoarding, and I decided, you know what, I need to not hoard any more makeup because I only have 2 eyes. I cannot use every single palette. I will probably never use up in my entire lifetime every single shadow in all of these palettes. So I have cousins who have asked me for, you know, my old makeup, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. After watching Christine's video from Pink So Foxy, she does a lot of decluttering makeup. She gives away like makeup brushes, and I'm like, man, it would be really difficult for me to give away my makeup brushes, let's be honest, because I feel like I use every single one of my makeup brushes. That was really inspirational. And then, you know, Tati just did one from Glam Life Guru. I think Danny from Coffee Break with Danny, she does these decluttering type of videos, and I just need to do it. I need to bite the bullet and do it, and giving is better than receiving. So I'm gonna go through my palettes. This is gonna be, I think this is the entirety of my palette collection, with the exception of 2. One is a Coastal Scents palette, has like a ton of it. I already gave that to my mom. Another one is a BH Cosmetics like 120 palette, and I sent that to my cousin in Pensacola. So with the exception of those 2 palettes, this is everything that's left in my collection. And I'm gonna talk first about the ones that I will be keeping. So let's talk about that first. So the first one that I'm keeping, obviously, is going to be my Mega Pro, because I just got it and it's like my freaking child. Like if I could give birth to a makeup palette, it would probably be this one. It's amazing. I just did a video reviewing this palette, so I'm not gonna talk about it, but it's brand new in my collection. It's like fresh out of the box, so we're gonna keep it. I'm also going to be keeping my Pro 1 and Pro 2 because these are relatively new as well. I got this one in August and I got this one in September. And I actually feel like I'm going to use up these makeup palettes because I've made several dents in a lot of the shades. And that makes me feel good. I talked about that in my last video. It makes me feel good because when I have dents, I feel like, okay, yes, there's a dent. Awesome, onward we go. I'm gonna use up this palette. And then the Pro 2, because I just love the colors. I feel like I like this half of the Pro 2, and I really like this half of the Pro 1. If I could just take those and then those and put them in one palette and then give away the rest of it, I think I could work that out. Looking at all my palettes, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm probably gonna give away more than I'm keeping, which is a good sign, because if I give away more, then 1, somebody's gonna get some really awesome makeup, but 2, then it opens up my collection for more, and I won't feel so bad if there's another palette that comes out in the next few months and I'm like, I'm gonna have to have it, you know, because then I feel like, okay, I just got rid of a lot, I can afford to indulge a little, you know, once in a blue moon. All right, 2 other palettes that I'm keeping, Revealed 2, because I love it, and Anastasia Beverly Hills Lavish palette. This one is just great. I just feel like the colors in here are really awesome, especially Sienna, Orange Soda, Cream Ballet, Pink Sapphire. I love all of these colors, so I'm gonna keep this palette for now. Who knows what will happen in the next 6 months, but for now, I still really love this palette, so I'm keeping it. The Revealed 2, I'm keeping this one as well because the colors in here are just freaking fantastic, and literally every single shade, every single color in this palette is usable for me. That's what I like about a palette. I don't feel like I'm wasting a lot of money. This was really inexpensive. I got it when it was $9.95. So I don't feel like I spent a ton of money on it, but I'm getting really great shadows that I love, so I'm gonna keep this one. The Nude Tude palette. Okay, so I'm on the fence about this one, and here's why. The shades that I love the most in this palette are really these 3. Sexy, Serious, and Sleek. Those are my favorite shades. The black in this palette is my favorite black of all time. If I could find those 3 shades maybe in singles, then I would be more apt to give this palette away, because the rest of them are, you know, I just feel like are just neutrals, and I can find very similar shades in the ones that I'm keeping. So for now, I'm gonna keep this until I can find a black that I love as much as I love this one. Sexy and Sleek, which is a dark brown. It's a deeper, darker brown, almost black. and that's what I like about it, because I feel like the other palettes don't have a brown that is as deep as this one. So I'm gonna keep this palette just for those 3 shades for now, but in the future might give them away. And then I'm also gonna keep the Naked 3. Because this is my first Naked palette ever. I don't own the Naked 1 and I don't own the Naked 2. And I just feel a sense of, I don't know, like, I don't know, what am I feeling when I have this palette? I just feel like it's like, you know, it's my first introduction to the Naked palettes. And I do really like the colors because, you know, these rose goldy type, you know, pink leaning shades, I find are very flattering on me and I work well with them. So I'm gonna keep this palette. Is that bad? All right, so onto the palettes that are going to be finding new homes. These are all of the ones that I'm going to be taking with me to the Philippines. I don't know who's going to get them. I don't know who's going to get what. I might just lay them all on the table and say, okay, everybody, have a free-for-all. Here's my makeup. Take it. I'm glad that they're so willing to accept my old used makeup, because some people can be really particular about that. But I know that, you know, it's not really a luxury that they can necessarily afford over there. So I'm glad that my palettes that I love so much and that I've used and, you know, I feel like are really near and dear to my heart. I'm glad that they're going to be finding new owners to love and care for them. So the first one that we'll be parting with is the chocolate bar palette. I know, it's kind of sad, right? Because it just smells so good. And I love this. There was a time where I loved this palette and I used it all the time. And now I just find with the new palettes that I've gotten, this one just doesn't get as much love. I can't even remember the last time where I opened it up. So all of these wonderful shades will be going to a new home. This one is probably my favorite color out of all of them. I don't know what color it is because I don't have the nameplate, the name plastic thing, but there's a color in the Lorac Mega Pro that looks very similar. Sultry from the Balm palette is very similar to this, and there's a color in Real 2 that is also similar to that. So I don't need to keep it for that one shade. Every other color for the most part is just neutral, and I have a ton of neutrals in the palettes that I'm keeping. So this one, sad as it may be, will be going to its new owner. All right, the next ones that I'm giving away are these two. This is my Fuego palette and this is my Blizzard palette. The Blizzard palette I've never used ever. It is brand spanking new. I think I may have just swatched it. Like I've swatched like a couple of the purple colors because these purple colors are beautiful. Like they are gorgeous, and I want whoever owns this palette to feel like they're getting some beautiful colors in this. So this is the Blizzard palette from Crown Brush, and then this is the Fuego palette from Crown Brush. I've used this one more, as you can see, because it's dirty. I've used this one a lot more. It has golds, this one has a black and a brown. That one does not, and if it had a black and a brown, then it would probably be a better palette, but it has like this bright electric blue color, this bright orange color. So again, really, really great colors in these palettes, but I just don't do a ton of, you know, bright colored looks, so there's just no need for me to keep them because I don't necessarily need to. The next one that I'm giving away, and I'm on the fence about this one because if I give away all of my bright colored palettes, then I don't have any more bright colored palettes, and then I'm thinking, but what if one day I need bright colors and I have nothing to draw from? But let's be honest, like, I don't use a lot of bright colored palettes, so I don't really need them. So I'm gonna be giving away this one to family. This is the Crown Brush, I think 192 one. I love this palette though, I do. I've actually used a lot of these shades. You know, like when there's a color and I'm like, I really need this color and I can't find it. I just go to this palette and I'm like, oh, okay, that one will work. But at the end of the day, someone will probably find more use for this than I have been in the last 6 months or so. That's what I'm doing, is I'm taking all the palettes that I haven't used in the last 6 months, and those are the ones that are going to be finding new homes, and that is the next one. And then these next palettes here, I'm just going to go through them really quickly because, you know, these are like the mini palettes that I have. So these ones, all of my sleek palettes, I I've barely touched any of my sleek palettes, but they're palettes nonetheless, and someone's gonna love them. So this is the Lorac Haute, I think it's, I don't know what it's called. I got it on Hot Look, and I don't remember what it's called, but this is what it looks like. I love Lorac shadows, but again, I have pretty much every single one of these shadows, so I do not need to have this one. So this lovely palette will be going somewhere else. This is the, oh, you know what, this is broken, I need to fix it. But once it's fixed, the colors are gorgeous. So yeah, there's some that have broken though, but I will fix it before I, you know, give it to someone. If I can fix it, if not, then I'll just trash it. But this is the Sunset palette by Sleek. So a lot of really fun, bright colors in that one. What is this one? This is the Sleek Bad Girl palette. This is my very first Sleek palette, so I do have, you know, sort of a love affair with this one, but the colors are gorgeous, they're dark, they're great for smoky eyes, but not my eyes, I guess, giving that away. And then this one is the Oh So Special palette. I feel like there's one other one that I don't have, that I don't know. This is the Oh So Special palette, and it looks like this, so just neutrals. This pink shade is gorgeous. I love that one as a transition color, but it's time to part with it. There's another Sleek palette. I thought I grabbed it, but I guess I didn't, and I don't know what it's called. The Au Naturale palette. The Au Naturale palette is probably somewhere on my vanity, and I will be giving that away as well. This is a 6-color palette that I created with BH Cosmetics eyeshadows, and as much as I love these colors, I have every single one of them now. Like, this is just a basic brown. I use it for my brows, a black, a gold, you know, like brick orangey kind of color, which I have. So that one will find a new home. This new one that I got from my BoxyCharm last month, as much as I would love to keep it because it's pretty much brand freaking new, this is the Go Beijing palette. I dropped it on the floor. I don't think it's that broken. I think one of the shades popped out somewhere. But it looks like this. Oh, that one needs to be fixed as well. But other than that, like, it's still a pretty new palette. It is new. I used it like once. So this one will find a new home. If I can't, don't think that I'm giving away like broken makeup. If I can't fix it, like if I can't, you know, like make it solid again with alcohol, then I'll just toss it. I'm not gonna give away broken makeup. So that's it. That's it. That's every palette in my collection. Ones that I'm keeping, ones I'm not keeping. Yeah, I am kind of sad to see some of them go, but I know that it's time to let it go. And I don't want to be that person, you know, like I don't want to be that girl that's like so attached to material things, because that is just not me at all. Like, that is not what I stand for. I do love makeup. I'm a huge lover of makeup, and I'm a huge collector of makeup, but there comes a time in every girl's life where we just need to say, you know what, enough is enough. Gotta get rid of some of this, because I'm running out of space, okay? And I don't want to just, you know, stack makeup palette upon makeup palette upon makeup palette just to say that I have it, because again, the reality is I have 2 eyes. My 2 eyes will never use up all of this makeup in an entire lifetime, so it's time to share it with other people. Let me know what you guys think down below. Giving up makeup, not giving up makeup, is that something that you do, something you would do? How do you feel about that? You know, and if you have like 1 or 2 palettes, then obviously no. But if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If you have 20 and more palettes, like, is there a need for me to keep all of those? No, probably not, right? So let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Hope you thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Take care.